Namaste everyone. This is Dr.Thummala. I'm a neurologist and I live in Richwoods. In fact, I'm living in Richwoods since 2013. I'm running for HOA Board of Directors, volunteer position for 2023, and I am hoping you support my bid for this position. In the next few minutes, I will put forward some ideas that you can use to evaluate me when you cast your vote when the voting opens. Before I say anything further, let me put this in a crystal clear way. I'm not a politician. I'm a physician. I'm a husband. I'm a friend. I'm a parent. And I'm a Richwoods homeowner. And so I'm not going to make any big promises. What I'm going to say is I have some ideas to make this community better, and I will do my best to bring them to fruition. Whether I will be successful or not, the time will tell, but I will do my best to bring them to fruition with your permission. So no promises made. And also I want to make it clear that I do not have any negative comment to say about the current board or a previous board. We need to be practical. It is a volunteer position. They took time of their busy days trying to help this community. And what they felt is best for this community is what they executed. The outcome of some of these actions we liked. The outcome of some of these actions we did not like. It happens all the time. After all, who can guarantee the outcome? We can do our best, but the outcome is not in our hands. All of us know it. So I'm not going to blame the board members for the outcome of the actions because they did their best. That's what all it matters. I think there is a scope for further betterment of this community. We can make this community even better because this community has lots of talent, lots of educated people, varieties of types of education, engineers, doctors, accountants, and I met some people who make films. And I myself, I'm an amateur astrophotographer, videography I do, and I like podcasting. So varieties of talents are in this community. We need to use them to the best of this community. And we need to give a chance for this community to bring forwards new ideas, fresh ideas. And hence the reason I am running for this position. Not to discredit the past board members or current board members. My intent is not that. So let me put this crystal clear. My intent is to bring fresh ideas. So with that, let me put some of my ideas. The driving philosophy in my personal life or in my professional life is Vasudhaika Kutumbakam. It is a word from the ancient language, Sanskritam. It means we all are one family. We all are together. And I believe this from the bottom of my heart that we are all together as one family. So when I see people in the community, I always want to smile, say hello. Sometimes I get response, sometimes I don't. Even though I may not know them personally, I just say it. as a good gesture. So, the Vasudhaika Kutumbakam is there in all of us. We need to bring it forwards. And I may have my values, you may have your values, but all of us share some common values as we are living in this Richwoods community. So I'll focus on these common values. Number one, we all want our home prices to stay same or improve if possible. How can we do that? Number two, we all want to live, grow healthily in a safe, healthy, effective, secure environment. We want our kids to flourish, to blossom into useful, successful citizens of this country. And how do we do it? These are common goals, and I believe each and every one of Richwoods resident shares with me. To achieve these two common goals, I have 5 themes that we can focus on for the next few years. Number one, security of the gates. Right now, we do not have a good idea who is entering this community, who is exiting this community. If a mishap happens in this community, it is due to our negligence. We are not securing our gates. I understand there are a lot of logistical issues, but at least if you take common sense, I would think putting high resolution cameras with high frame rate, not that expensive, a good long-term investment that can capture every vehicle or even pedestrian coming in and out of all the gates of this community. That's the first step. These metal gates that move like a snail cannot handle thousands of cars coming in and out. So at least we should keep them open during the busy hours of the daytime, and we can close them at other hours when the traffic is not as busy. And when the flip gates, these arm gates, become activated, then I think we can use them. So I would recommend keeping these metal gates open during busy hours when the guard is already there. Or we can use the Kelmscott entrance on both sides for entrance only, so that we have more lanes of entrance, and then use other gates for exit only, so for at least during the busy hours, to reduce the congestion and streamline the flow until these arm gates become activated. So we need to be a little bit creative. Also, we need to make sure every resident has either toll tag or transponder that works. Personally, I have tried to use toll tags that never worked for me, and then I got transponders by paying some money to HOA, and these are very direction dependent. I have to point in certain direction to that receiver for it to work. Very, very difficult. And most of the times I did not needed them to use, because by the time I reach the community, some 10 people are already in the line to enter the community. So if the gate opens, all 10 people go in. So most of the times I did not needed to use those transponders. They always sit in my glove box. Very rarely I use it. So you can see that the person entering and exit these gates, we don't have much data, which is a security risk to this community. Number 2, safety inside the community. The kids are crossing these roads. Dogs, animals are crossing these roads. Adults, seniors crossing these roads. And people are driving at very high speed disregarding stop signs, disregarding the speed limits. They are thinking nobody is watching them. One day or other, they'll kill someone. They'll hurt someone irreversibly. It's just a matter of time. Not if, but when. If elected, I would make sure I will get more police patrol and if possible put more cameras at especially the busy roads and junctions so we can change the behavior of the people to respect the speed limits and respect the pedestrians crossing the roads. And also I would request pedestrians, please do not cross randomly. Use your judgment, look around, cross at the junctions, follow the zebra signs if they are there. So please be mindful, don't get hurt. So the message goes both ways. That's number 2. Number 3, frivolous violations. I heard from many residents, so many, that they feel very bad about these frivolous violations they are receiving again and again. I don't know who benefits from these frivolous violations being issued to homeowners. A violation for a hairline crack in a landscape border is outrageous. Yes, I understand a violation that affects the safety or appeal of the community for somebody who is leaving garbage bins on the road for days. Yes, I agree, issue violation. But for that hairline crack, come close, take picture and send a violation again and again. This doesn't make much sense. We need to curb these frivolous violations. We need to have some bar. We need to look at these bylaws and if necessary amend them so that the residents don't get these frivolous violations. I came into this community for safety, peace and appeal. And if you get these repeated violations with a very short notice to correct them, you will feel almost like harassed for living in this community. No resident should feel like that. We need to change that behavior. And if a management company is doing it, we need to educate them that it is not acceptable. It is a responsibility of the management company and the board of directors supervising them that residents remain peaceful and safe. Both board of directors and management company is there to serve residents. So they are servants to homeowners. Homeowners are paying management company and HOA to manage their property, not to boss them. Number 4, these expenses. I looked at the financials and certainly there appears to be a significant increase in cost compared to the previous year and then this year. Not sure where the cost increase came from. Certainly inflation probably played a role, but I cannot blame on inflation alone. There is some miscalculation and mismanagement. Every bid we get for every work and product, we need to evaluate, can we get a lower bid? Ask the management company to get more bids and preferably lower bids. Management company probably has incentive to get bids that are higher in value. Board has incentive to request bids that are lower in value. We don't want to compromise on quality, but we can get bids that are lower. And if we don't do our due diligence, we'll end up paying unnecessarily higher cost for every service and product. In my opinion, this is what happened that led to excess expenses, and that's the reason this cost went up, and now we are seeing $300 per year HOA fee increase from $1,200 to $1,500. If I do that in my small business, I will be out of business. But here it is forced on the homeowners because they are helpless. In my opinion, We need to evaluate every line item, cut down the cost wherever it is possible without compromising the quality. It can be done. I run a small business. I look at every line item on a periodic basis, look at the market conditions, and adjust my expenses without compromising quality. I do it in my small business. It can be scaled up. We just need to have intent to do it. And whatever the money we save here, I would like to use that for my fifth item. The fifth item, going organic. I want to make this the organic community in the DFW area. We will change all pesticides, weedicides, herbicides, fertilizers to organic. It is doable. A little investment, but the best return you can expect. Chemicals have been linked to varieties of chronic neurodegenerative conditions and cancers. The exposure at a micro concentrations or nano concentrations over a period of time that enter the body, deposit in liver, brain, and after 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you'll end up getting Parkinson's disease and other neuropathies, cancers have been linked to these chemicals. So we need to stop using them as much as possible and completely avoid if possible. I would urge every homeowner to seriously stop using synthetic chemicals and go organic. I do it at my home, use vinegar, use neem. The varieties of organic, very similar effect are available. You may pay a little bit higher cost. It's not that expensive, but it's worth investing in that. Yes, you're driving Tesla, saving environment, but you are being exposed to all these harsh chemicals and you'll end up bearing the consequences. So we should invest for the future. So these are my three big themes to take the community forwards next year and going forwards. So in the interest of time, I will stop it here. And thank you for listening, and dhanyavad to all. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me personally, face-to-face, or come to the debate that is there on the 17th and ask questions. And again, I know this community has a lot of talent. I'm just a small guy in this big community, and there are a lot of intelligent people in this community. I hope you make intelligent decision and give new team a chance to take this community forwards. Dhanyavad.